What's up, Jabroni? Steven here, and welcome back to yet another reaction. Today, we're hopping into Person of Interest episode number 5, titled Judgment. Hopefully, you guys have been enjoying the series. If you have, make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. If you want episodes early, you can head over to Patreon for that. If you don't worry, you'll get the episodes here whenever they come here. Last episode I thought was the best episode of the series. It was titled a phrase I could not say, Kurate. I don't know, whatever that is. I don't even know if we ever figured out what that phrase was, but I thought it was had the most emotional punch, had the most like the best case that we were working. I just enjoyed the episode. I don't know if this was gonna start right after that because we didn't really get a clear-cut answer as to what happened at the end of that episode. Reese could have killed that person. We don't know, and maybe we won't ever find out. But I did enjoy that episode a hell of a lot. So we're gonna hop in here, have a good time, pretty much. Like, comment, subscribe. Here we go. Holy shit. Well, okay.
Absolutely not. This is direct evidence properly obtained.
Oh, he's a judge.
So odds are he's the victim, not the perpetrator.
Crew cuts? Not that I'm aware of.
Oh, maybe you got a mob hit on you? I don't know. It look like maybe Russian mob?
I think we've been following the wrong Sam Gates.
Oh, shit. Wait, that doesn't make sense. Well, the social is still the social.
Hey, Christina! You're not gonna believe what Mark C said to Miss Kaiser today.
Nice. Oh, bro. Oh, my G. Oh, what the? What, buddy? What the? What you messed up? Okay. Nope. Good try. Oh, nope. Holy shit. My man pulled a gun. What do you got? Did he actually? You have a vest on, right?
We can still put a stop to it, all of it.
The machine would say.
Find Sam. The man just lost his wife.
I don't know how the machine actually got to this case. So maybe the kidnapper sent something like, "Give us your son or we'll kill you."
Figure out how we get your son back.
Impressive.
You can't get in? You built a machine that spies on the entire country.
When you work for the government, access is not a problem. Things are different now. I'll figure it out.
Well, figure it out quick. The kidnappers killed him.
Oh,
They must have gotten
man.
Gates' alarm code out of her.
They killed the
911
man.
emergency. Hello?
That sucks, man. That's ass, man. Poor kid.
Hey, you seen Carter?
Poor her, but poor kid because lost mom, murdered, but Renee was murdered. What are you doing? Going through her stuff. That's not gonna be a good idea. Clearly you were on her desk, buddy.
Detective?
Detective.
Why were you going through my stuff?
Then I'll hit him where he lives.
Oh, buddy, this is gonna hurt so bad. Holy shit. What? Did you knock him out? What the hell just happened?
I just found our guy.
Was he talking?
Not at the moment. Tursky, Leon, Joseph, with an F. Hold on. Boyfriend knows where they're keeping Sam.
When I said daughter, I thought the girl they hit was a teenage, like a 18-year-old or something, 19-year-old, like a young person, not like somebody in their late 20s.
How long has it ever taken me to break someone? 16 hours.
Okay. Giving her more stuff to do. I appreciate Taraji P. Henson now kind of like having to play this game because she knows something's up with him. He knows it, but he still needs his help as well, so it's gonna be interesting. Oh my Jesus. Would this actually work? I don't know if this would actually work. To break somebody. Like somebody that's like crazy gang.
How's the ride back there? Now, you can have this juicy burger.
To be intoxicated.
Objection.
Sustained.
Your Honor.
Counselor, I'm going to give you some time to better prepare your witness.
Yeah, that looks... You're not a good judge. Who are you? Besides the woman probably banging that
We're
dude.
running out of time, Mr. Reese.
Did you dig up anything on Angela?
Going through her contacts and emails, even as we...
Well, talk about the worst guy. My God, you suck.
Where's the boy?
And Reese, you're kind of sloppy. He could have killed you. Interesting though, like Reese was really sloppy there. I just walked in, and if he was a better shot, he would have killed him.
And $500,000. Because you had too many shots.
And unless you know someone who can do what I do, our deal stands.
Once you get the charges dropped, I go back to work. Business as usual.
She works for him, not a girlfriend or anything. Interesting. Okay.
Respectfully, sir, what the hell is going on?
One more word and you are in contempt. I'll have you charged with misconduct if I have to. Trust me, Miss Ramirez, you have no idea how far I'll go.
I mean, I'd be like, yo, this is some
Nothing
bullshit.
further. Prosecution rests.
From her case, what do you like? It looks dirty as hell. I don't know what you, if you're her, what do you think is happening?
What's your name? Who are you? Considering they called me when your system was compromised, I'd say I'm the guy who just took your job.
Oh my God, okay. Hey!
Hospital would be nice about now.
You got a
Where's
buddy.
the boy? Get your boss's name.
Oh shit. Oh my God, that's so fucked up.
I found a bodega near the nanny's house with eyes on the street. And it's on the NYPD surveillance feed. This is right around the time of the murder. Dad. Caulfield Holdings. It's in Brooklyn.
Worth a look.
Man, what are you actually pulling
Bitch,
away?
got a name for
Beat
you.
his ass.
Derek
He
Koska.
beat the name
Word
out of
is,
his
he's the boss.
partner.
Well, if he is, he's careful about it. No accounts in his name.
That's funny.
Operation is massive. Every morning at 5 a.m., Angela shuts down.
Not guilty on all charges.
Son of a bitch. That seems kind of fake. This seems actually really fake. Her car was in the
If you want
footage.
your son back, come along.
Her blood alcohol level was
No
over.
cell, no GPS, no weapon.
The blood on the
If I
car.
see anyone who's
I don't
not
know,
you,
a jury,
your son dies.
I feel like the jury would have heard that, and even if the judge would have been pushing away the other stuff, I feel like that would have been enough for the jury, like for me to be like, nah, she did it.
Gates is heading to a death sentence. But we have to do something.
We are.
He's in the car.
Hello, Angela.
Hoo-hoo, what's up?
These aren't good odds for you.
I'm not alone. Every last dime has been transferred to an offshore account.
Oh, you lost
Do
everything.
Exactly what I say, and you might get it back. But if they
You
don't walk
took
out
all
of
your
here
money
alive,
out.
every client on your list will be notified that you lost all their money. And I won't have to kill you.
Shoot them all.
Oh, dumbass. Why'd you let the kid go, though? Doesn't make any sense. Well, these killers were dumbasses. The resolution was cool, but at the same time, he was a moron, so... He had the kid. He just said, the operation's burnt, and then he killed him, but they had the kid. They could use the kid as hostage.
We go for a little ride.
Oh, nice. An even bigger case. Woo. Nice. Now you have brought even more stuff. You can be tied to a chair or something, right? Hey! All of us are here. Another
Tried
one.
Eggs Benedict, Mr. Reese. I've had them many times.
Hey, nice. A little bit more insight on you, buddy. Okay.
Stay tuned for scenes from our next episode.
Well, that was episode number 5. I actually really enjoyed that episode. Now this is where we come to a bit of a dilemma, right? Because I loved last episode, and I believe I gave that like a 9, maybe an 8, I can't remember. And I really liked this episode. This is probably my second favorite episode. So I might give this one either a low 8 or like a high 7 is where I'm at right now. And I think all the other episodes were either low 7s or like mid 7s. Like they were just kind of good episodes. I think they were all just kind of good. This one's good, borderline, like to me, great. And which is why I'm like leaning towards maybe an 8, but I could understand also maybe a 7 because I really loved last episode. And the fact that we had no answers on what happened last, that ending of last episode, strangely enough, I kind of like it that we don't know, because it kind of leaves a mystery of Reese of like, I don't know. I don't know. It just like it adds something to that episode. Like it's open for interpretation of like how you think the character would have acted and stuff. So I don't know. That's where I'm at. 7 or 8 on this one, in that range. So the episode starts off. We essentially see a car hit a man, and I honestly didn't think anything of that. I didn't think that was going to come into play at all. I thought that was just going to be nothing, but it did come into play later. We go to the diner. Reese is trying to get to know Finch a little bit. Right, his name is Finch, right? The Ben guy. But he's not, he's not giving him any. Right? Is it Ben? What is the guy's name? Yeah, Finch. Okay, but he's not giving him, any kind of information about him. But essentially, we get a new name. The name is of a man, who is a judge and who lost his wife to cancer, has a nanny, and we're trying to figure out why. What exactly is like connecting him to either be murdered, to murder somebody? I mean, we really don't know. We look through all the death threats, we follow the guy. This was really intense here when there's 2 men following him, and Reese comes down the street, and then the guys kind of veer off, throw the phone away. Reese picks it up, notices that, well, they're going after the kid, not the dad. Reese shows up, fights them, gets shot, and he could have got murdered here. I thought, why isn't he wearing? He should be wearing a vest for the line of work that he does. I feel like a vest is needed. All right, so let's see. So I like the way that Reese interacted with the judge. Like every time it was like, it felt like a real conversation. Like, who are you? Are you working with, like, I would have thought the same thing. Are you working with them? But then when Reese is like, you have 2 questions, you could ask 1 question, and then which one do you want? Like, you want to find your son or whatever, or who am I? And we get to learn about him. We get to, what do we find out? We don't find out the case yet, but we get to learn about the dad and Danny and everything, that kind of like a little bit of his emotional state of mind. And I can't imagine, like, you lost your wife a few months ago, you got this nanny that takes care of your son, and you love the nanny, and then your son loves the nanny, and then she ended up being murdered. I wish there would have been a little bit more emotion to that, because we didn't get any real emotion to that, and I feel like the nanny felt like she felt like she was close, but we didn't really get any emotional beats to that. Where exactly? I got a question. Where is he pulling this? Oh, this is from the nanny's house. Okay, yeah. So he's pulling the gun from the nanny's house. He does the whole, gets it tested or whatever. And when we then get over here to Taraji P. Henson's character and Homeboy here. And this episode is probably my favorite one for Taraji P. Henson. Very minimal stuff, and I still think they're not using her enough, but I don't know. I think her chemistry with this guy is probably going to be something I enjoy. He's also kind of a dumb, I don't know, like he made it pretty obvious that he was looking at her stuff, and then throughout the episode he was like, he just did things that came off kind of fishy, and I think she knows because they just came off very fishy. And if you're her, you're like, you're doing a lot of fishy stuff. I clearly saw you at my desk. You clearly have information of stuff, and like the whole thing with the hair later. He's like, oh, I have a hunch. I mean, the weird phone calls, and then you getting really invested in my case. I don't know. You just did a lot of stuff that made me question you. Reese tells him any information by like that. Essentially, he's saying about what is happening with what's her name, Carter? Is that her name? He wants to know how close she is. He's like, well, she might be onto you a little bit, or onto the fact that you might be part of this case. Essentially, she's kind of Reese is using this guy to kind of keep her at bay. It's interesting, but at the same time, throughout this episode, we get him helping in an actual real way. He's actually the one that helps solve the case. If we're being honest. We find the guy, we beat his ass, we put him in a trunk. In the nanny, the slug got taken out, and he was murdered. We see this guy. Essentially, what he wants is he wants the person that did the hit and run to get off and not go to jail. Now, so when it came back, I was like, oh, what the hell? That's a weird thing. Like, she didn't murder anybody. She murdered somebody, but it wasn't like a big thing. It was like a hit and run, clear cut. And the judge was supposed to essentially get her off on that, which is interesting. Let's see. I mean, this part was funny when he was beating, like when he was kind of torturing the guy in the trunk. This is when we look up the information on the woman. We are talking about the shell casings and who pulled them out. And Reese calls, wants to know some stuff, some information. He wants to help, showing that my man here actually has somewhat of a heart. Because when it came to being a kid, he was all for it. But then with the judge very much did come off like, I don't know, he made it very obvious that he was trying to throw the case. If you're, I don't like it, just the blood is what, like he jumped at the weirdest things. There was blood on the car, like objection, you're like, what? There was red paint on, like red stuff on the car that could have been like what? No, all that would have been tested. That's my one thing about it. Like he was trying to stall. He didn't do a great job of stalling, honestly. And I get that the guy was on his ass, but at the same time, he told the guy, I have to make it look real. This didn't look real. This looked like if you were a real judge in real life, they would have investigated, because you threw away some evidence, clear-cut evidence, plus the footage. Like they have the footage, they have the blood on the car, they have the fact that she was intoxicated. They have all these things. Like what? It's just a really, you needed to do, I don't know, it had to be more of an elaborate way to get that lady off. But whatever, we kind of can avoid that or forget about that. We find out that she's actually working for the mob people. Okay, so I want to see this again. Reese walks in. Right? Reese walks in. Look at this scene. Look how sloppy he is. He walks in with a gun. He's not paying attention. Homeboy shoots at him. And it's just the worst shot ever. Reese is actually sloppy. Like he could have been shot here. Straight up. If this guy back here was half decent, he would have killed him. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like Reese, this was sloppy for Reese. We find the money. Find out that they're laundering money. They're cleaning it. They're cleaning it for a lot of gangs. So this is the whole thing right here when the judge was being a bit over the top with the we'll hold you in contempt, all this stuff. And I'm like, what? Like, what? No. Everything you're doing here is suspicious as hell. Makes me feel like somebody got to you, you were paid, something. You're like yelling at me, or you're coming at me, the lawyer, for simple shit that I'm saying, like just basic stuff, basic questions that I'm asking a cop. I don't know. I just feel that's my one critique, major critique is exactly how he acted in this situation. It was unrealistic, I guess. It felt very unrealistic. Or at least the way he acted felt realistic. The fact that they didn't harp on it and it didn't become a bigger thing. Like the lawyer lady should have been like, hey, this is the things you're telling me that I'm doing wrong, or that I'm are not, they're things, they're basic questions. There's blood on the car. We're talking about the blood on the car of the person that was hit. I just can't even imagine how that would even, like, you would never get off in that case. You know what I mean? I think the case that they chose here, I don't know. It would be too hard to get somebody out on a case like that, to be honest with you. I still like the case. I mean, I still like the episode a lot, but like, I'm just saying, like, the case that was chosen, we'd have to really think about that because it was a hit and run when we had footage, the blood, and your alcohol level. I mean, I guess maybe we can, we would have you. The cop said he pulled you over, and that's why, like, I don't know. Okay, we have this guy. This is the thing with the hunch about the, okay, he knew, I mean, how did he, Reese told him about the long-haired guy. This is where he got his little hunch from. Oh, I love the scene where he's like, you want to eat? Is this it? When Reese tells him, do you want to eat?
Ever see two cats in a bag?
What?
You want out?
Give me a name or whatever, right?
Get your boss's name.
Wait, what? He beats his ass. What a fucked up shit is that? All right, let's see what else we got here. We go to the church. The guy gets the woman off. We have a meeting point. We get to the spot. Reese shows up with the woman. So my other major thing that I was like, or like critique of the episode was this ending. I liked a lot of it. I didn't like the villain's reaction. I mean, or like, I don't know. He seems like a smart guy, like a smart person, and his whole thing here was dumb as hell. Like, Reese says, give us the son and we'll, this is it. Reese says, give us the son. Like, right. He's like, and you'll get your money back. I mean, I thought the idea that they took all the money, they hacked into the system, transferred it all out of there, smart as hell. But in this situation, with what he does next, it makes zero sense to let go of the son. You know what I mean? At least in my opinion. Look what he says here.
The operation's burnt.
The operation's burnt. Let's go with the kid.
Shoot them all.
I don't understand. I legitimately don't understand. Because he kills Reese. If he kills Reese, your money is still gone. You know what I mean? You guys see what I'm saying? Like, his logic there at the end was dumb as hell. Like, if you kill Reese, the money, like what Reese did with your money is, like what Reese and Finch did with your money is, like, it's still an issue. You're not getting your money back. It's not being transferred back. So, I mean, that's how I interpreted it. I was just like, that was just a dumbass, like it just didn't make logical sense. You know what I mean? And plus you had the kid. If you were going to kill them all, then keep the kid, like keep on to the kid. Letting the kid go doesn't make any sense. I thought this was cool. Finch leaving a lot of evidence about the blonde lady. Leaving it at the homeboy's house because Reese knew that that's where they would probably be going. And the ending here with this, and then I thought the ending here where Finch gives Reese a little something. Try the omelet. I've tried it many times. That was good. So, I mean, after going through the episode, I'd probably give it a 7, honestly, because those two things that I harped on to me are like, if you harp on them a lot in the episode, they can really ruin some things, at least to me. But I don't know. I still think the episode was a lot of fun. It was interesting. I was engaged. So I'd give it a 7, honestly. But there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. That's my reaction. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. If you did, like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Head over to Patreon for the full, uncut, unedited reaction. You can get episodes extra early if you want them. If you don't want them, that's perfectly fine. But yeah, I'm going to get out of here, and I'm going to talk to you guys later.